Hey Facebook, I don't know if this is going to work very well because Facebook Live doesn't really like when I'm not in a Wi-Fi connection range slash when I'm not in my phone or in my home and I try to do these in my car. So we'll see if this works. But basically, hi whoever jumped on, give me a like or thumbs up so I know you guys are there. Say hi. Thanks for jumping in. Julie. Hi, Julie. Hi, Victoria. Thanks for all the love. I was actually just coming on here because I wanted to talk a little bit about what my biggest setback was in my health and fitness journey. So, if you guys have been following me at all, you know I signed up to be a Beachbody coach about a little over a year ago in late October of 2016. Jeez, I can't believe it's 2017 already. Anyways, so before that, I had been trying to be healthy, trying to get fit. I worked out on my own. I tried to eat healthy, but I remember I always would say, you know, that gym membership is just too expensive. That healthy food is just too expensive. Man, it is too expensive to eat healthy. Like, I don't understand how people do that. Like, how do they spend all this money on organic food and healthy food? And here I am, actually, this is how much things have changed. I'm sitting in freaking Trader Joe's parking lot, which I used to say over and over again how expensive Trader Joe's is and that I can't afford anything food-wise that is healthy. Like, I'm just gonna have to eat unhealthy food because that's all I can afford. So money was always something that held me back. And the reason why that held me back was because I was raised in a family that we didn't have a lot of extra money. Like, my parents worked really hard. They both had jobs. My dad had a full-time job. My mom had some part-time jobs. She went to school when I was in high school. We just didn't really have a lot of money. Sorry, I'm like sweating. It is Arizona. I'm gonna turn my car on because it's hot. Sorry guys in the Midwest that have to deal with snow. We don't have snow here and it's really hot. Anyways, so sidetracked. So I grew up in this family that we didn't have a lot of extra resources of money, and so I remember having to save a lot. I remember my mom would take us to like the discount stores to get new clothes, like when we needed them. I never had like the nicest, newest things, which was fine, like totally understandable, but, and I don't dock my parents at all. I love the way they raised me because they instilled like good values into me of valuing my money and learning how to save and be really financially smart with my money and not always just like splurging on the newest best thing. But the thing that growing up that way did to me was it made me really think I had to struggle all the time for money and that I didn't have the money to afford things, to afford nice things to put on myself. That I couldn't, you know, buy healthy food, that I couldn't afford to join a gym, or I couldn't afford to buy new exercise equipment or whatever it may be, because I was like, you know, I just don't have any money. So when I was approached with this challenge coaching opportunity and I really decided I wanted to change something about my health and fitness, and I started looking into other things and I stumbled upon Beachbody and I heard, oh, well, like, you know, to get started, you're going to have to spend $140 on this challenge pack. And when I saw that price, my mouth dropped. I was like, $140? Like, I can't even afford to buy myself food right now. Like, I was literally working 4 different jobs, living out of my boyfriend's car because we had driven clear cross country to Arizona from Wisconsin, had loaded everything up. We didn't have any money. We'd been living in like an RV camper before that. Saved everything up that we owned and could afford, and loaded it into his car and drove clear across country for this like job opportunity. I was working 4 different jobs at the time, living out of his car / living on our friend's food time. We didn't even have a house that we lived in. And then we were trying to save money up to afford to put a deposit on our apartment, our first month's rent apartment that we were going to be moving into, which is in Scottsdale, Arizona. It's expensive. Like, our apartment cost over, with all of like the expenses that go into living in an apartment, it costs over $1,000 a month. Plus, I'm still paying off my $26,000 loans from going to school 2 different times. I have credit card debt from when I came back from the Peace Corps, and I didn't know exactly, I didn't really understand like how credit cards worked, and I was like, oh, free money, like just swipe the card and let's online shop and get things that I don't really need, and now I have like all this credit card debt racked up. So I did not have the extra money to afford $140 for this challenge pack. But what I decided, so when I first heard that price, I was like, I don't think I can do this. Like, I just can't afford that. And I was so set in this fear of, where is my next paycheck gonna be? Where, like, I don't have any money. Like, I will never get fit and healthy because I can't afford to. Like, I'm just poor, and that's just how it's always gonna be. I'm a dirtbag guide, and I'm never gonna be able to be healthy and fit other than through guiding. And as a guide, you don't make a lot of money, so we live this dirtbag lifestyle of guiding and not eating very healthy, but we still get to go out on adventures. But I realized that after I thought about it, I realized that I wanted more. I was tired of living in that excuse of not having enough money to put towards my own health and fitness. I decided to pull that trigger and take the leap and just put it, I don't suggest this, but I put it on a credit card because that's all I could afford at the time. But I was tired of, living in that same mindset that I had been living in for the past however many years, thinking that I could not afford to be healthy and fit, that my health was not worth it, that my life was not worth putting $140 towards my own health and fitness. So I decided to pull the trigger and spend the $140 on the challenge pack and join this challenge group. And the thing that I found once I did that was that it radically changed my view and my life on my own health and my own fitness and everything about it, because with that $140 investment, I was able to lose 10 pounds, regain confidence, get a handle on my own health and fitness goals and my nutrition, and see that I can actually accomplish something that I put my mind to when I was so run down before and so stressed out and so tired. And I decided, it was worth it. It was worth the $140 to invest in myself. And since then, I've been able to help others to get started on their own health and fitness journeys. And that's brought back so much more reward and into my life and joy to help see people that, put themselves as a priority instead of putting everything else in their lives as a priority and not themselves. And then I realized that, that $140 investment is worth for myself. Sorry, thanks Jennifer, you kind of got me stumbled. I decided that $140 investment was worth everything to myself. Like, I was worth $140, and that my health and my life was worth it. And no price, like, even now that I look back, that $140 is is nothing compared to what I gained out of everything from that challenge pack and that challenge group, and rechanging the way I look at my life and my health and my fitness. Like, if you think about how much money you spend on just random stuff, I know people will go into Target and like try to get mascara. Like, I've been one of those people that I was like, oh, I need to get mascara and I need to get you know, some cover up, and that's all I need to get from Target. And then I go into Target and $140 later I have like all this other crap that I didn't mean to buy, but then I picked it all up in a new shirt or whatever it is. That stuff has never given me the same amount of joy and satisfaction that the $140 that I spent on this challenge pack over a year and a half ago did. So let me ask you a question, okay? If you're still watching, thanks for staying on here with me. But let me ask you a question. Have you ever wanted to get started on something, but you had the same fear as me that you didn't have enough money to get started, or is money holding you back from the life you really want? Think about your life now and think about what dreams and visions you might have for your life. And is that money what's holding you back from doing those? Let me ask you, if you have a family, are your kids worth the $140 or whatever the money is? Is your marriage, if you're married, or your relationships with the people around you worth the $140? Or is your future worth the $140? Because you know, if you spend that money now and start working on yourself now, then you're going to be saving yourself money later down the line when you're healthy and fit and like don't have diabetes or high blood pressure or whatever disease that you're going to be spending money at the doctor's offices getting checked up. Because if you are saying no, that your life, that your kids, that your family, your relationships or not even that. If you're saying no, that you're not worth that $140, you're also saying no to all of those other things. Because if you start working on yourself, it will filter into everything else in your life. Your relationships will get better because you feel better. Your life will get better because you feel better. You'll have better relationships with your kids, your family. You'll have more time and energy for them. And that's all because you started working on yourself. So are you really not worth $140 or $199 or whatever it is? Because for me, I think that I am, and that my health and my happiness is worth everything. I would spend $1 million on my health and happiness and life if that meant that it would improve everything, every facet in my existence. Because the only thing that you have in this world is yourself and your life. So really, is $140 not worth it to you? Just some questions. All right, I'm going to get off of here because I'm going to go get some clean grocery food to eat so I can continue eating healthy. If you have any questions or you feel like this inspired you or anything, please share the video below. I have a challenge group that is starting with some other coaches on my team on Monday, and today is the last day to sign up for that group. And I really, really would love for each and every one of you that hopped on here to join me on this journey to start working towards bettering yourself, your life, your health, and your happiness. And really, like, is it worth? It's worth it to me to spend that money on myself. And I hope maybe something I said inspired you to decide that it's time to pull that trigger and stop leaning into money as an excuse to not be happy. Okay? If you want to join in or sign up or talk more about this, please comment below or message me And I will talk to you soon. Thanks for everyone who hopped on. I'm going to get off here. Bye.